So the media is throwing everything they can at the president right now, from the Woodward excerpts about playing down the virus to the Atlantic hit piece trying to paint the president as anti-military. And now we see Chuck Todd at NBC freaking out about these media attacks not having the same weight they once did. Do you think Democrats are worried about November?
I think they're becoming increasingly worried, and my concern is the pieces you mentioned, but there's been a lot along those same lines in the same vein. The Daily Beast just wrote, "The left secretly preps for MAGA violence after Election Day." The Nation wrote a piece, "Is Trump planning for a coup d'etat?" The Washington Post is talking about violence after the election, and it scares me because I feel if you look back at history, and let's just talk about recent history, Democrats have a long history of not respecting the will of the people when it comes to elections. You look back to 2000, the outgoing Clinton team stealing the W's off of keyboards as if that was some sort of mature tactic. And then move forward, the myth amongst Democrats that Al Gore won Florida, to Hillary maintaining that in 2016 the election was stolen from her. Let's face it, the Democrats, as you point out, they just don't get it when the American people reject them. And what makes it all the more dangerous today, Kerry, is that we already have widespread riots and looting led by communists and anarchists, Antifa thugs, who will take any excuse at all to attack law-abiding Americans and burn our cities. So if and when President Trump wins again, I think we're almost certainly going to see renewed and redoubled violence with every Democrat talking head, Joy Behar at the lead of them, who will cast down the victory and will be helping to encourage that type of violence. And it's a frightening place for our country to be in because it's already setting up to contest the results of what's going on. And in fact, I'll give you one more point. It's 2 weeks ago, an organization called Fight Back Table. It's a coalition of 50 left-wing groups got together to discuss how they will contest the elections. And they are begging. Hillary Clinton publicly called on Joe Biden not to concede. And so what they're organizing is the opportunity to contest the election until they can produce enough absentee ballots. You already have governors saying we're going to count them for as long as they come in. They can produce enough absentee ballots that, remember, in 2016, President Trump only won by about 77,000 votes. That would not be that difficult to produce and send in if you have time after Election Day and know how many votes to cast. So I think right now where this conversation is going, supported by the mainstream media, is a frightening place.